Assuming we wipe out the lines, the most spellbinding star I acknowledge is the star that could be stunning in our sky. It is this one. Creepy crawly juice or scarab press. It's a red giant star, and on the distant chance that you put it where the sun is, it would extend to the orbit of Jupiter. It's tremendous, extremely whimsical, and going to explode. However, it's not as straightforward as it seems in the universe. These legendary events, like the most dreaded colossal starbursts, could deeply affect all that we see and don't see. Betelgeuse has been viewed as a sign, a red giant star that is several times more massive than our sun. Brian Cox and other space experts believe it could go supernova at any moment. People are generally terrified of what will happen, especially since the James Webb Space Telescope is taking astonishing photos of the star. When exactly will Betelgeuse become a supernova? And how massive of an impact will it have on Earth? Let us figure out. This star, in the constellation Orion, shines so brightly that even people from long ago have seen it. The famous star, Betelgeuse, is located on the eastern shoulder of the constellation, and it's the second largest star in that arrangement. Its name comes from its position, the beast shoulder. It is possibly one of the brightest stars in the night sky. On top of being particularly bright, the star is also an odd shade of red, which, as we will see, signals trouble. We've been aware of Betelgeuse for centuries. A Greek expert named Timoi also noticed it long ago. Around that time, the first thing people identified about stars was their color. Timoi said Betelgeuse was orange. Scientists have been studying the star much more eagerly of late, and now have a clear idea of what makes it so exceptionally bright. One of these properties is that the star changes its brightness a lot. With an apparent magnitude of 0.6, Betelgeuse is a variable star, meaning its brightness changes over time. However, researchers have recently discovered some new data about the star. In 2019, scientists first noticed that Betelgeuse was behaving strangely. Although it didn't completely stop shining, it became significantly less bright, shining at a level of around 1.6. Scientists promptly began investigating why the 10th brightest star in the sky was acting so unusually. Experts have since made a startling declaration based on their research, which revealed strange signs the star has recently exhibited. Experts say that Betelgeuse could go supernova at any moment. Brian Cox, a prominent scientist who made this alarming statement, is a professor of particle physics at the University of Manchester School of Physics and Space Science. You shouldn't take his statement lightly. He also hosts a science show, writes numerous popular science books, and is the Royal Society Professor for Public Engagement with Science. Brian Cox says that Betelgeuse seems to be a ticking time bomb since it could go off without warning. To intensify the situation, the James Webb Space Telescope has provided a substantial amount of evidence to back this statement. But what strange signs has Betelgeuse shown that have caused so much trouble in the field of astronomy? With new information about Betelgeuse, the star has been labeled as a supernova candidate. However, scientists are still uncertain when it will explode. The fact that Betelgeuse is many times the mass of the Sun is one reason for this classification. A star must be several times the mass of the Sun to qualify as a supernova. Things become even more interesting because scientists have used various instruments to study Betelgeuse, such as the James Webb Space Telescope and the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. What they found is still unclear. Betelgeuse was born a long time ago, supposedly giving odd signs that made its future uncertain. Researchers detected unusual light waves coming from the star, which is highly peculiar. It wasn't the only strange observation. Betelgeuse is a star whose brightness changes periodically. It was noted that the star dimmed at regular intervals and had dark spots, much like our Sun today. However, the conditions have changed. From 2019 to 2020, the star dimmed significantly, causing widespread concern that Betelgeuse was about to explode. After this great dimming event, the star brightened again, becoming 150% brighter than usual by 2021. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics noted that the star is now the 7th brightest in the sky. This brightening has led to various theories about the cause of the great dimming. Betelgeuse, or Betelgeuse, is a red supergiant star in the last stage of its life. Its surface temperature of around 3,500 Kelvin is cooler than the Sun's outer layer, which is about 5,500 Kelvin. Scientists believe the Great Dimming was caused by a massive surface mass ejection, about 400 billion times greater than a typical coronal mass ejection. Despite these findings, it remains uncertain when Betelgeuse will go supernova. If it explodes, it will be the first supernova observed since 1604. Scientists are eager but cautious, as this event would have significant consequences for Earth and the universe. For now, researchers continue to monitor the star using cutting-edge technology like the James Webb Space Telescope, hoping to unravel the mysteries surrounding this enigmatic red giant. The ongoing observations of Betelgeuse, or bug juice, remain critical because the star's behavior defies many of the models astrophysicists have relied upon for understanding the life cycle of stars. For decades, scientists have classified red supergiants like Betelgeuse as nearing the end of their life. However, the specific events leading to their explosive death, like a supernova, are still shrouded in mystery. Recent observations using the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, have allowed scientists to gather detailed data, including the formation of dust clouds around the star, which appear to act like veils. These dust clouds, formed from massive amounts of material ejected by the star, have baffled researchers. In fact, the Great Dimming of Betelgeuse in 2019 was likely caused by these clouds temporarily obscuring its surface from view. However, this alone does not explain the dramatic changes in the star's brightness, as subsequent observations revealed even more startling phenomena. One of the leading theories is that Betelgeuse experienced a massive internal convective surge, a boiling, violent upheaval of material from deep inside the star. Such convective events are rare and typically a precursor to further instability. Combined with its continued brightening and dimming cycles, it suggests that the star is undergoing unprecedented changes, inching closer to its eventual explosion. When Betelgeuse finally goes supernova, the event will be spectacular, visible even during daylight on Earth. Astronomers predict that it could shine as brightly as a full moon for weeks, perhaps months, before gradually fading away. The explosion will release an immense amount of energy, scattering heavy elements like gold, silver, and uranium into space. These elements are critical to the formation of new stars, planets, and even life. In this sense, Betelgeuse's death will contribute to the cosmic cycle of life and death, creating the building blocks for future celestial bodies. However, scientists are also closely studying the potential impact of such an event on Earth. Betelgeuse is located approximately 642 light-years away in the constellation Orion. While this distance is considered safe from the direct radiation of a supernova, it is still close enough to produce significant effects. For example, the supernova's ultraviolet and gamma-ray emissions could temporarily disrupt Earth's upper atmosphere, potentially affecting satellite communication and navigation systems. Additionally, cosmic rays from the explosion could alter the chemistry of our planet's atmosphere, though the full extent of these effects remains a topic of active research. Despite these concerns, the scientific community is mostly excited about the opportunity to witness such a rare and awe-inspiring event. Supernovae provide a unique window into the mechanics of star death, shedding light on the processes that shape our universe. The last supernova visible from Earth was recorded by Johannes Kepler in 1604, and modern telescopes were not available at the time to study it in detail. With the technological advancements of today, including instruments like the JWST, scientists are prepared to capture every moment of Betelgeuse's final act. For now, the star continues to be a focus of intense observation. Its unpredictable behavior has kept astronomers on their toes, as each new development challenges existing theories and pushes the boundaries of our understanding of stellar evolution. Whether Betelgeuse explodes tomorrow, in a decade, or in another 100,000 years, one thing is certain: its eventual demise will mark one of the most significant astronomical events of our time, leaving behind a legacy that will resonate throughout the universe. The James Webb Space Telescope can likewise observe things that our eyes can't see, like light waves and frequencies. Consequently, experts are excited about what the telescope will discover. Researchers have observed dust clouds forming on the star's surface that resemble leaves in space. That doesn't make sense. Despite the fact that Betelgeuse will die, scientists are still observing it because they don't know when it will go supernova. Researchers believe that Betelgeuse is several times more massive than the Sun and that the bright red star will shine for the next 10 years. However, if we look at the many surprising things happening with the star, it's difficult to say whether this prediction will remain valid after the Great Dimming. Experts don't think Betelgeuse will explode anytime soon. If Betelgeuse explodes, it will be the first supernova we observe since Johannes Kepler did in 1604. Researchers also don't want this to happen soon because they are still closely monitoring the star's peculiar behavior. Regardless, scientists are certain that Betelgeuse will go supernova, but when exactly it will happen remains a mystery. If we examine the universe without limits, one of the most fascinating and perhaps most shocking stars in our sky is Betelgeuse. This red giant star, if placed where the Sun is, would stretch out to Jupiter's orbit. This enormous, unstable star is on the brink of a dramatic event. The universe doesn't operate on clear terms, and stunning events like starbursts could fundamentally change what we know. Betelgeuse has shown striking signs. This red giant star, several times the size of our Sun, has drawn significant attention from astronomers. Experts believe it could go supernova at any moment. The concern lies in the potential consequences of this event, especially since the James Webb Space Telescope has captured unsettling images of the star. So, when exactly will Betelgeuse become a supernova, and what impact will it have on Earth? Betelgeuse's potential to go supernova has fascinated astronomers for decades. However, recent advancements in space observation have brought the star into even sharper focus. Constant monitoring and analysis have revealed numerous peculiarities that make this red giant a prime candidate for an imminent supernova. Scientists are now deeply concerned, not only because of the star's massive size but also due to the increasingly strange behavior it's been displaying. The Great Dimming event of 2019, for instance, raised significant alarm. It marked a sudden and dramatic drop in brightness, something never seen in such a prominent star before. Researchers initially struggled to understand the cause of this dimming, and the behavior was highly unexpected from such a stable and well-known celestial body. Some speculated that this might be a sign that Betelgeuse was on the verge of exploding into a supernova, while others considered alternative explanations. The dimming could have been caused by a massive cloud of gas and dust blocking its light, or by an internal structural change causing it to temporarily lose luminosity. Following this dimming event, the star's sudden increase in brightness over the next few months only deepened the mystery. The fact that Betelgeuse's brightness fluctuates so drastically suggests it might be going through an unstable phase of its life. It could be experiencing what's known as a pulsation phase, where its outer layers expand and contract in cycles, releasing bursts of energy. While this behavior is typical for red supergiants, Betelgeuse's rapid fluctuations are unlike anything seen in a star of its size and type. The cause of these anomalies remains unclear, but they have drawn significant attention to the star. In addition to these unusual light patterns, astronomers have observed strange features on the star's surface, such as dust clouds that resemble leaves in space. These structures indicate a complex and turbulent environment surrounding the star. The proximity of these clouds to the star's outer layers is concerning. They might be formed by gas outflows caused by internal instability or by the star shedding its outer envelope in preparation for a violent transformation. This kind of mass ejection could precede a supernova, but it's unclear whether Betelgeuse is losing enough material to trigger such an event. Another critical factor in the ongoing study of Betelgeuse is its mass. As previously mentioned, Betelgeuse is several times more massive than the Sun, placing it firmly in the category of stars that end their lives in a supernova. Stars of this size typically undergo dramatic changes in their final years, experiencing massive internal transformations before their cores collapse, triggering a massive explosion. Given its size and the instability currently being observed, it's believed that Betelgeuse could explode within the next 100,000 years. However, as we've seen with astronomical events, they can sometimes occur much earlier or later than predicted. The precision of this estimate remains a topic of debate within the scientific community. The possibility that Betelgeuse is in the final stages of its life, has raised numerous questions about the aftermath of its death. If it does go supernova, it will be one of the most significant galactic events observed within human history. A supernova explosion can release energy equivalent to the sun's output over its entire lifespan, temporarily outshining an entire galaxy. If Betelgeuse were to go supernova, it would be visible to the naked eye even during the daytime, and it could be seen from Earth for weeks or months. Such an event would undoubtedly capture the attention of astronomers and stargazers alike, but it could also have more serious implications for our planet. Despite Betelgeuse's extreme distance from Earth, approximately 640 light-years away, a supernova of this magnitude could still impact our planet. While the explosion wouldn't be close enough to cause significant physical damage, the radiation it produces could pose a threat to Earth's atmosphere. If the blast emits large amounts of high-energy gamma rays or X-rays, it could damage the ozone layer, leading to a temporary increase in ultraviolet radiation reaching Earth's surface. This could adversely affect life, particularly plant and animal species that rely on the ozone layer's protection. In addition to potential atmospheric changes, scientists speculate that a supernova of this magnitude could disrupt the solar system's dynamic balance. The shock wave from the explosion could disturb the interstellar medium, potentially affecting the orbits of comets and asteroids. Although this may sound like science fiction, the gravitational and electromagnetic waves generated by supernova can have far-reaching effects on the surrounding cosmic environment. A nearby supernova could trigger a cascade of events that ripple through the solar system, altering the orbits of objects within it. On a more speculative note, there are also theories that Betelgeuse's eventual explosion could provide insights into some of the most fundamental questions of physics. Supernovae are believed to be key laboratories for studying matter and energy under extreme conditions. The death of a star like Betelgeuse could reveal more about the forces that govern the universe, such as the behavior of matter at incredibly high densities, the role of neutrinos in energy transfer, and the processes that lead to black hole formation. As scientists continue to monitor the star, one thing is clear: Betelgeuse is a fascinating object of study, and its potential death might unlock some of the greatest mysteries of the universe. Until that event occurs, astronomers will continue to observe and analyze its behavior in the hope of unraveling the many questions surrounding its explosive future.